What's good everyone, it's Zigzag here, welcome back to another Geoguessr video, where today we are back on the road to #1 in the world. Now last episode, the reintroduction to the series was not quite so successful. We only won 1 out of our 4 duels, and even that one we didn't gain too much elo. But I hope today that we can actually gain some wins back, and that we can, play rather nicely. First off, we're against Geoguessr here. I think that's Seynada, and he's playing no move as well. So theoretically, we can come through with a win here. Now, this looks like it's going to be somewhere in Kenya, of course, with this car. And I immediately thought we might be all the way over in the east, but I don't see any palm trees, so maybe this is actually a bridge somewhere west. So it definitely says Kenya there, that's for sure. And is there actually a bridge here of this kind? Maybe we were here, so let's check out what the angle would be like. And so I believe the angle's actually kind of wrong here. I mean, the angle is actually kind of almost looking good, but this is a bridge that's far too long, I would have suggested. So over to the west, we do have a bay of some kind. Yeah, it's not quite looking right? Because we would see less land over there, I thought. Although, theoretically, it is possible. And then what about Mombasa bridges? So Mombasa bridges also aren't really fitting that well. So I'm looking for palm trees now. I don't see any, so maybe it is this bridge that I'm actually looking at right over here. Oh no, our opponent also not guessing, so I guess we have time to kind of try and confirm. So, to our north here, what do we see? We see a coastline that doesn't fit that well in my opinion, because it kind of juts out once again here. And then over to our west, what does it look like? Again, I mean this way looks a bit better. But yeah, it's the lack of palm trees that makes me think it is probably this direction. I don't really know if it's that bridge exactly, or if there's another one that I'm somehow missing over here, or what. I hope it's not this one here. It may well be. And okay, what's the 5k? Very nice indeed. It looked like a longer bridge. I think you guys might agree. But yeah, we got the 5k and a good guess from our opponent. For some reason, not going on a bridge, but fair enough. I mean, to me, it didn't seem quite right either. So next one here looks like it's going to be somewhere in the US. We've got front plates here. Feels like Canadian border kind of region to me. Double yellows makes US quite likely, I think. And that's about all we're going to get on this round. We have a sign that says pounds instead of kilograms, so feeling rather good about that. Thought like Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine here, so might just go like Maine, New Hampshire border and hope for the best. But yeah, it just kind of feels like Canada without being there, and that was indeed Vermont, so that's a good guess there as well. Geoguessr, not too bad of a guess, getting New England for kind of vibe there, but just a bit further north, kind of look like Canada. Next one here looks like South Africa to me, but it could still be other countries. It will be South Africa with this car and this language. Now, it is interesting. Ooh, they're not mountains, they're just, yeah. So a lot of the time when you get this dirt road coverage, it is just south of Pretoria, so that's probably where I'm going to go. I'm wondering about Free State, or maybe over here as well, but I think I'll just go in this region where it's most likely. And it was a bit further south there, that makes sense, honestly. So, yeah, most times it does feel more like here. Our opponent goes Botswana, interestingly, there, so, yeah, we are definitely at an advantage here against someone who's also playing no moving, I think. The next one here felt like Denmark to me, but I guess it could still be other countries as well. We do have white plates here, so yeah, Denmark, feeling good. Might just go straight for the guess here. I'm not really sure where in Denmark this would be. I might just hedge it like this. The fact that it's so hilly made me think Jutland is good, and yeah, he goes Odense, so that's good for us. Honestly, Zeeland and Fyn are often a bit flatter, in my experience. Okay, this one's going to be somewhere in Bhutan with these black and white signposts as well. A pretty recognizable country once you get the hang of it. Now, which side of Bhutan is a better question? I'm not the best at region guessing Bhutan, but I thought this probably felt further west. So I'll go here. Presumably Geoguessr will know this. We have to remember, even though we've flawlessed him so far, it's only been 2,000 points damage, so any big mistake here can still spell the end. And this is going to be still in our favor, so can we get the flawless here? I would like to start off the episode with that. That would actually be rather gratifying. This one's going to be, what's these black and white ones? I think it's going to be somewhere in Malaysia here. Now, that would be nice to move along to, but we're not going to. So I would say this is a bit further south, but we have a lot of oil palms. Those signs are very tempting, I must say. But yeah, okay. It is some hills, it is really flat as well. I think just like kind of a northern Johor here, or a southern Pahang, somewhere around that region works quite nicely. I may even hedge it in Negeri Sembilan here, just because I think it can also be Perak, or Selangor here. But yeah, the red soil tends to lean you towards Pahang Johor. So I'm kind of curious here. Unfortunately, no black stickers to help us out. Well, that was a really nice one. So something tells me, I mean, it could have just been a really nice region guess there, but maybe went over to the sign. Well, we'll see. Anyway, next one here. 2.5 times damage, because those signs, they always, like the highway numbers are very useful in Malaysia. They actually have abbreviations for what state it is. This though, okay, we have a Danish temporary plate here, and it kind of looked like Germany, so I was thinking of clicking here, but actually I think just a hedge. Actually, I was gonna say if it's Germany, it kind of looks like Denmark. That was actually my logic here, so I actually think it's probably just quite Danish architecture, and I'll go further this direction. But yeah, we'll see. Oh, wow, it was here as well. So all of a sudden, stepping it up here. But that did have a pretty big town name, so to be fair. But we had to move for that. So, interesting guesses from Geoguessr now. Triple damage here. We have Czechoslovak bollards here, and this is so open that it should just be Czechia. Rolling landscape as well. Would really expect so. Okay, it was Czechia there, doing some more chip damage. We are in the lead, but not by that much anymore. This one's Canada. Now, can we glean where it should be in Canada? Big splodge on the camera here. So this is definitely northern somewhere, that's for sure. But the question is it Manitoba or is it Saskatchewan? I think we maybe hedge eastern Sask here and hope it's not Alberta or Northwestern Territories. The fact that there's no mountains makes me feel good that it's not super far north in like the western half of the country, and the trees are fairly dense, so I think this is a fine hedge. And it is Alberta there. Opponent goes Ontario, so that should be knockout damage, even though it's not the best guess. So GG's to Geoguessr. A couple of insane guesses mixed in with some not so insane ones, but GG's to him. And let's head through to another game here. That was 10 points, 1337, elite. Okay, missed the start of this one, but here we are. And first round here. I have no idea what the opponent's rating is, but felt kind of like Lithuania, I guess. We have the blue car, so it can't be Russia, but it kind of looks like Russia at the same time. I would say Lithuania here with these pole tops is the best option. Got to get in here, make our guess, and let's see where I actually was. It was Estonia. Okay, interesting one. Yeah, maybe this specific pole top might be Estonian. To be fair, I didn't really have too long to look at the round, but okay, next one here. North America kind of vibe. So North America can spell some problems for me on Jules, to be honest. Okay, so we're lacking any really good info here. It's a bit of a different situation, especially with our moving opponent. Now, I didn't get too much here. I think it kind of feels like maybe Saskatchewan or something like that, so I'm just going to go for that. But did we even have front plates? I think we, Manitoba I meant. I think we did. And that was, okay, yeah, that was actually all the way up there. So, good guess from our opponent there. Really on the back foot at the start of this duel here, but I was answering a text and all of a sudden the game popped, so let's get our heads back in here. This is Poland. Kind of feels like Germany to me, in a way, so just going to guess on the German half of Poland. That's probably fake, but okay, it was Germany. That's at least something. We're getting back some points here, but most importantly, some momentum. Okay, next one here. Feeling like maybe Colombia or something like that, in my opinion. We do have Brazilian-style poles here. Okay, so completely different kind of vibe. Lots of thin palms as well. So this is a bit further north, maybe. A Paraguay-style palm as well here. This is a difficult round, this type. Got some bamboo. That's found more south. A lot of these buildings almost feel a bit south as well to me. So I think I am leaning that way. But ooh, it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one indeed. I think maybe it's just like Sao Paulo or something like that. Is this a round pole here? Yeah, it looks a bit round. I don't know. Some of them looked a bit round, others not. I don't know what this is, honestly. I gotta look around a little more, I think. This house, yeah, it does feel southern. But then, yeah, what about these palms? It's a really good question here. I'm not too sure what I make of the whole thing. And rice fields as well. Weird, but it shouldn't. I mean, yeah. I could see like Santa Catarina. I could also just see like Minas Gerais. So I might just hedge in Piranha here. I'm gonna hedge Piranha. I don't think it looks like Piranha, but I have to hedge it, I think. Moving around, I don't know how much more info I'd get here. What if this was like, could be like something along the east coast. It could just be like a really green and southern for some reason looking east coast here. We'll see. Okay, and it was Santa Catarina Poles there. Good guess from our opponent again there. I wonder if they found a phone code or something, but regardless, it wasn't too bad for us. We decided not to go north. This one's going to be somewhere in Malaysia. Now, are we going to get any good info here? Looks like Sabah to me. Just trying to work out if we can see anything that can confirm that. Kinabalu. I'm going to assume that's talking about Kota Kinabalu, so I'm just going to go there. It honestly does look like that region. We do have fairly sizable hills here. So hopefully our opponent doesn't realize that, and yeah, goes mainland there. Probably could have taken a bit more time to think about that, because he actually guessed before his time ran out. But yeah, it's a nice one to get back some damage there. Honestly, knowing place names in duels is, especially on a map like Community World, which has a lot of place names, is so useful. This is Brazil, and we have the whitish car here. That's an interesting pole top, often found in Mato Grosso, but this feels maybe more like Tocantins, I think, or Goiás. So I might just hedge there, I think, actually. Gonna hedge between the two that I thought are most likely. It's also nice to just guess in the middle of a country sometimes, because you're less likely to just get knocked out. Especially, we're only on 3.6k health, especially in that circumstance. But I feel good about this guess as well. And it was Mato Grosso do Sul there. So, that's an interesting one. I was not really expecting that state. I knew my guess wasn't necessarily correct, but yeah, interesting one. This should be Spain, I think. Portuguese poles here. How green does it feel? Kind of just feels like the middle of the country to me. I'm just going to go straight for that. Highly doubtful that our opponent doesn't realize that this is Portugal, especially because we have the holes in the pole on this pole here. But if he's off searching for info really quickly, it is possible. So hopefully, yeah, maybe there's some plates here that aren't Portuguese. Yeah, some of these aren't. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, as I said, like, yeah, a lot of these plates weren't Portuguese. So going quickly there pays off, and it is GG's. So an opponent who was really good at using info, it would appear. But putting the pressure on was definitely the right move there. And look at the the head there. It got the NPC head. Nice. Okay, next opponent, once again, was reading my phone, so didn't catch the rating. But we're against Israel again here. Okay, so this is going to be somewhere in Nigeria. We've got the green plate here, so that is a good indicator of Nigeria. Now, we're on a separated highway here, like a divided highway, which is not too commonly seen, and definitely more common in the south of the country, running along the kind of southern half. So I would say just guessing Benin City area here should be fine. Didn't even line up the road angle, but I think just going quickly here, not allowing the opponent too much time is a good idea. So maybe it is closer towards Lagos just with the hills, and yeah, probably should have thought about that a little bit longer, but that's okay. 470 damage. So let's head through to the next one here. Common theme of this episode has been starting either really strong or really weak. This one's going to be somewhere in Arumsk, and we've got the white car here, so this should be somewhere in Russia. Now, Arumsk, I think we might be in Asia here. We got the white car, as I said. Do we have a place called Arumsk here? It shouldn't be too hard to find, because we only have to scan the coastline here. Certainly not somewhere I've heard of. But yeah, if it is Russia, it should be around here, I would assume. Arumsk. It might not be. I mean, I don't know. Okay, alternatively, where could this be? It's not the... Is it the ocean? I don't know. We have very southern... With the white car, I think we're right here. It could be down here. We'll see. Okay, it was... Ooh, it was a river. Arumsk is up there. Okay. So he goes Bratsk. That's a fine guess, but obviously it's going to cause quite a bit of damage there. I really... Yeah, as I looked into the distance, I realized it might not be the ocean, but I wouldn't have gone that far north anyway. Maybe we had birch trees, I'm not sure. But the next one here should be somewhere in Cambodia, I would have suggested. Yeah, this looks like a Cambodian pole. And it kind of feels like more like the northwest of the country, so I'm just going to go for that. Okay, our opponent guesses. Definitely the hilliness is more common in the west, and then just something about the greenness here makes me want to go like this direction here or something. Again, it was western, instead southwestern. Opponent goes in Laos, so more good damage. Very interesting. Sometimes Geoguessr is popping off, and sometimes certainly not. It's kind of been an interesting dynamic in our duel so far. The next one here, I guess it's Germany, or is it Netherlands? I'm not sure. Kultur, okay, yeah, it's Germany. Thüringen, do we actually have the town name here. Furt? So I guess it's not Frankfurt though, this is much too modern. So something, not so sure. So Klagenfurt? I don't know what else this could be, to be honest. Unless it was somehow Frankfurt. No, I'm pretty sure it's not. Okay, interesting. Do we, maybe on the Sparkasse? No, that wouldn't really have the town name. Kind of reminded me of like Leipzig when I went there, so I could guess there just for fun, but I don't think it's there either, to be honest. Yeah, not so sure here. But, well, our opponent was also playing no move, so we don't really have a reason to go really quickly here. It's okay. I don't see anything like as specific. Kulturstadt und Furt. To be honest, I don't really know what Furt means, but yeah, I think if actually we can get rid of that idea completely, what we had before. Dresden, maybe? What does this say here? Maybe Dresden could make sense. It reminded me of Leipzig, but I don't think it was there. So let's try Dresden here. I think it's a good shout. I think Dresden's quite a historical city, and people say it's quite beautiful, and this is nice. And it was Erfurt, of course. Okay, well, there we go. I guess not too far. Leipzig, Erfurt, Dresden, kind of the central bigger cities there. Laughing emoji from our opponent there. This should be longer dashes, indicative of Norway. Kind of looks like Sweden though, so I guess we could guess nearby there. Camping for boat. Okay. Yeah. The church here looks very kind of Swedish to me. So just gonna click southern here, not too far from the border. Let's go Reina area. And okay, well, it's right on the Swedish border indeed. 1.5 times damage. Gonna be a little bit of chip there. The rush around earlier on still helping us immensely, even though we have had some less ideal rounds since. Double damage now. This looks like a difficult one. It's going to be Japan. How far north, though? Do we have birches here? We have, like, silver grass. This is actually hard. Okay. Wooden post here makes me want to go further north here, but I can honestly see, like, maximum south here. So, I think we do go further north. We have, like, some cabbage-ish plants. I do think it is more likely to be up there, but we'll see. And it is even Hokkaido, yeah. And that's going to be a good amount of damage. Should have maybe gone Hokkaido, but it's hard to know on a round like that. Especially with the insta-guess, puts the pressure on. But okay, next one here. It looks like Malta, almost. So, yeah, so where's the steering wheel here? It's on the right, so yeah, it is Malta here. This should just be capital, downtown somewhere. Valletta should be right, I reckon. Okay, what's the other side? But yeah, what's the main island? What's the name of the main island? I know this one's Gozo. Gozo? I don't know. This one I forget though. Maybe just Malta. Double yellows here. Should be Peru with this amount of dryness. Yeah, it is. We have the ocean there as well. It's Gen 3. And this is the road angle. I think we just go, guys, I think we just go like this. That angle is looking pretty good. We had the ocean right there, so it should be more or less correct. But I also expect with the ocean here that this is not the type of round that he's likely to fail. He may. But Senada's a pretty switched on player, so we'll just have to see. And yet he gets the 5k. Very impressive stuff. Very good at scanning, is Senada apparently. 500 damage there, so yeah, we are still in the commanding position here to get our third win in a row, but it's not going to make it easy, I can tell you. Okay, so the green back of the sign, I think that's more of a thing you see in the north of Ecuador. Probably just going to go straight for that then. I think this road has it sometimes, so it does look like we're passing through the mountains. Unfortunately, the road angle's not terrific, but yeah, maybe it's this road instead. Okay, it was north half at least, Quito area there. And it is just enough damage, so GG's there. In the end, ends up being pretty fine, but honestly, still not an entirely unworrying opponent. Is Senada, because as soon as he finds these signs, he's good at scanning. So up against him again here, and this is Sweden. Swedish language there, Swedish sign. Got the umlauts over the A, which distinguishes it from its other Nordic brothers. And the trees here are kind of a mixed vibe here. Like, not too far north, not too far south, I would say. So I'm just going to click middle south of the country here like this, I think. Oof, right on the border there. It was actually northern trees. And he goes Finland. I have to say, that's not a very good guess for the Swedish language. Of course, it ends up being closer than us, though, so can't really talk too much smack, can I? And the next one here, we got yellow red lines. Kind of felt like Argentina, but it is actually Brazil. I felt like Argentinian panhandle, so I'm thinking of guessing down that way. Sometimes when I get that vibe, it's just worth going for. So, yeah, I'm going to guess, like, here. Somewhere like, okay, it was that near there. It was Piranha. Opponent goes middle. That's fine. Yeah, I like that. I like sometimes just going with the first vibe when it's the wrong country, just guessing near that country. It can pay off nicely. Is this New Zealand? No, it's US Virgin Islands. Red car, you go South Island. US Virgin Islands are here. Something like that. He should know it, and he does. I think the white car can appear here, but the red car I don't think appears on these islands. So, yeah. Okay. Next one here. Feels like Spain. Is that an orange reflector? It is. Should be mainland. I don't think it was Canaries, especially with like a really wide highway like this. But could it be a different country? No, it should be Spain here. I don't know. The bollards are a bit sus, but yeah, no, these should be mainland trees. I don't know. It is like amazing how much the Canaries can look like normal Spain, especially with all the infrastructure. But I think on this occasion, I'm happy to just go. We plonk nicely, but Senada plonks even more nicely, just off the actual highway here. Insane. Should have just clicked the highway to make it an even more impressive guess, but there you go. Next one here we've got, is this Scotland? Green blur plus like a stone church? I would say so. I think it feels good here. Opponent guesses immediately. Let's go for it. Okay, walls in downtown Gotland there. That's a nice guess. Has to be nice. The green blur is not only found in Gotland. In fact, it's found all over Sweden, or like in different pockets, but the stone church as well, they're really common over there, so yeah, good one. I'd love to go to Gotland one day, but this is going to be Thailand, and it gives me a bit of a Malaysian vibe here, so I want to go south. I could still see north, though. That's the problem, or just central. So the question is, how much do we hedge? How much do we hedge here? I'm actually not too sure. But I would, worried about like a really good plonk here knocking us out. 2 times damage. We should be safe to just go like this, I think. Should be okay. And yeah, it was, yeah, I kind of had the feeling this might be the case. I did consider even clicking up further north, but yeah, okay, we're behind now. Looks like I thought we might have Australia to bail us out here, but it's instead somewhere completely different. Going to be somewhere in Kyrgyzstan. We've got a dirty mirror here. So I feel like this should be fine for us. Clicking around Jalalabad. Now what's the road angle? A bit east to west here. So yeah, I think just something along here should be the correct answer. And indeed it was a bit further east there, but that is fine. Only going to be 155 damage. So bringing us into the yellow here. Triple damage now for us. And are we in Brazil again? Looks like we are. Lots of Brazil today. We have a flag. Yeah, nothing too special there actually. Lots of tree plantation here. 6-5 would put us around Mato Grosso. It kind of looked like Mato Grosso anyway, so we could try that. Pavement also 6-5. I think Tokonchi is a 6-4. I think I'm just going to hedge it here, guys. Well, that's a lot of trees. I'm just going to hedge it there. Okay, it was Mato Grosso. That's nice. Triple damage. Going to put us back in the lead. 2.6k. Yeah, I think with that kind of... feeling that rural, I don't know, and that much kind of sand everywhere, like Sao Paulo feels a bit different, I think. But okay, next one here. It's going to be somewhere in Ecuador again. This also felt a bit further north to me. I could honestly click the same road here, but... I think the high antenna as well. The antenna here that kind of has the ridge. Oh, we're not going to get to look at it. Oh yeah, 5k. Yeah, it was the same road. Yeah, kind of looked similar, so it makes sense. There we go, 700 points of damage. Oof, nice. Okay, and quadruple damage now. Oh, it's a big country. I think it's Peru, so we could get knocked out here. Okay. So this is not any... There's no useful signs, I think, here. Puente Hungas? I don't know. Hungas? It feels... what does it feel like here? Maybe central, actually. Central or southern? I didn't make out what this was yet, guys. So, I'm just gonna have to hedge. Just gonna have to hedge it. Just gonna go like this. I don't know where it is. A bit further north there. Honestly, good guess from us. Somehow... Senada pulling a really nice guess there. And we are indeed in a bit of a predicament here. It's big country is still popping up and we can lose easily. Front plates here. Ooh. bit of green on them or something. Red in the middle. I don't really make out what that is. Okay, let's just go pure vibes. That doesn't have a front plate. I don't know. Does it? Pure vibes here. Double signpost. Is this Michigan with a front license plate? A couple are missing. A couple have them. We have pines here as well. Okay, we have pines. Southern pines? Maybe. It's hilly, but it doesn't feel Appalachian. Double signpost. But yeah, it shouldn't be Michigan here. I think it's just something else entirely. I don't see anything meta-wise. So what about this plate again? Had a bit of red on it. I don't know what this one is, to be honest. Missouri. Let's just test Missouri. I don't know. Georgia with front plates. That's just unfortunate. Yeah, well, so yeah, he messaged me and told me that he moved in the last game, which is always unfortunate when you end up losing 24 points to someone who's underrated based on what skill they actually have. So, and also, I would have guessed sooner had I known, but that's just the way life goes. So let's just see if we can pull a win in this last game here and make up for everything. Should be Hungary, I think, so I might go for it quickly here. Is that Hungarian language? Looks like it. Yeah, this feels rather Hungarian, maybe closer towards the Romanian border, but regardless, that was unfortunate to lose so many points. Hungary often has really small signs that are kind of a bit taller, and good guess from our opponent here, just clicking Hungary was a bit further south, and gonna do a tiny bit of damage to us. Next one here, Eastern Europe again, Hungarian sign again. This time I'm gonna insta-send in case he doesn't know it. Very dry here. Just gonna click middle this time. And so yeah, I mean, he may go Romania here. It is possible, but yeah, these signposts, very tall sign, always Hungary basically. And indeed, it was just central there. So yeah, opponent opts for the exact same guess, and it really does pay off for him. Okay, next one here, Germany, very flat, nuclear power plants. Kind of warm as well here, interestingly. So, not so sure what I think of this one. Sign down the road here, so I think I will just go for the gas. But I don't really know where is best to go for here. I might just go like this. Because it does kind of give me... Yeah, it's a bit warmer. But also just kind of gives me neutral vibes, so... Well, a lot of brick... Not brick necessarily, just red roofs, actually. So I think we're fine still. If it was brick, we'd kind of consider more so... the net Dutch border. Was near Würzburg there, where I stayed for 2 months back in the day. Good guesses from our opponent so far. Very good guesses, but in all likelihood, he had a sign to work with there. Okay, this is Cambodian pole tops here. Interesting, like tree plantations. Not really sure what I think of this one, but kind of gave me vaguely more of a north vibe, somewhat of an east vibe, but also there is some plantations going on here, so yeah, probably just northwest or north. And I don't mind the guess, I think it's fine. And it was southeast there, so very red soil. Often you get whiter soil around there. And we've made very similar guesses so far in this duel. Very similar indeed. Okay, next one here. I think it's Turkey, maybe. Kind of look like Turkey to me. We have a blue card, so it can't be Turkey. Okay, this is definitely around... Okay, that's a Hungarian. The number 2, I think... Wait, is this too dry to be Hungary, though? And also the signs didn't really feel Hungarian, so it could be still Romania. Is that a black back of the sign anywhere? What's that number 2? And the mountains in the background are obviously also kind of big here, so... Where is there even just a plain 2 here? Moving on, we have lots of red roofs here. What about Portugal or something? What are these signposts? I actually don't know what country we're in here, guys. What are these shields? Okay, it was just, wow, just Budapest there. Wow, that was so dry. And obviously the hills, I mean, I should have clicked north because the hills were so big. Never going to be there, but I was just too confused. But yeah, it was just, at the end of the day, you just have to trust your highway knowledge, right? And the amount of red roofs there was a bit scary. Okay, this feels like east of Andes, Colombia to me. Yeah, I'm just going to go for it here. It gives me that vibe quite strongly. I'm just hoping you might not get it. It might still be north. We do have eastern mountains there. Okay, that's a bit scary for my guess, obviously. There are no eastern mountains where I clicked, so maybe it is Bucaramanga Yeah, yeah, Eastern Mountains. They're just a very big valley instead. But yeah, opponent definitely legit, and playing with a lot of guesses that make sense, I think. Okay, this is it Mexico or something like that? Interesting language there. Should be Mex indeed. And it probably should be somewhere near Mexico City with this many pines and everything, so I'm just going to send it here. Yeah, Mexico City, Mexico is a country that gets only temperate in the middle. Around the coasts and everything is always much more tropical. It's an interesting round though. And okay, it was just in the mountains there. Kind of makes sense. Puebla. Definitely a difficult Puebla if you ask me. And again, we're making similar guesses, so it's been very interesting. Only really lost damage on that one round so far. This is going to be Russia, A-type antenna. So I think if we just kind of go Smolensk here, that's kind of most likely, I would say. Yeah, the A-type antenna where the antenna has the bump on the right side, it's mostly found west of Moscow. It can also be found south, and also around here, but definitely this is just too dry, so it makes life nice and easy. What's near Moscow? Yeah, Moscow has every type of antenna, by the way. But there we go, 2.1k, that's at least something for us there. Okay, next one here, we got double white lines. Should be Poland, I think. Poles do feel Polish, so to speak, but no, it's not a Polish crossing sign, so probably actually Romania then, yeah. Is it Budapest? We have a big river there to our south. I don't really know what I thought of this one yet. Budapest does have a river running. Okay, let me just put a marker down. So what's going on here? We have dry hills to our south and a big river, and to our north, not much going on. Hedge middle, or it kind of felt more southern to me. It did. Might just go. I don't know where this is, but it is possible that he hasn't figured out the country yet, because it wasn't entirely obvious, especially spawning in. So I should have maybe just insta-guessed. Okay, it was here. Galati, interesting. Similar guess from him. 1k damage there. Honestly, I'm glad he didn't find the town name. That would have been pretty tragic. But quadruple damage now. Let's end off this video with a high. Black car. It's going to be somewhere in Peru. Probably northern because of the tricycle. I'm just going to send it. Okay. Yeah, he's already sent. But yeah, I'm just going to go Jane. Or like here maybe. Should be fine, I think. Oh, wow. That far south. The tricycle was baiting. Yeah, definitely a strong player. Making very similar guesses to me. I guess hesitant to call him too strong because obviously some of my guesses have been pretty far from ideal as well as his, but yeah, this is Greece. Should be north, I think. I do get the north vibe here. I'm gonna commit a bit here because I'm in the lead. I'm gonna go like that. This is a good hedge because if it ends up being like further towards Athens, then we're on the right side, but if it ends up being up here, and it does, and he's down there, then 4.5 times damage. It's going to be 1k plus, 1.6k there, so that's good. If I committed a bit more, we would have won, but again, I was still somewhat worried about Athens. 5 times here. Bit of Malta, so that's good. I was hoping for a small country. Obviously, this one's a bit too small for the win. But interesting. We have some interesting coastline here. This is very 5k-able. Don't doubt that he'll be able to 5k. I guess we're here. That was that. Okay, makes sense. Again, continuing the theme of very tight guesses here. And here we go for 5.5 times damage in South Africa, I believe. Now, these poles are found around the place. Northern Cape Emergency, that makes sense here. Is this just Uppington? Probably. It feels like a bigger town. There's very bright coverage here. That's also somewhat common in the east of Northern Cape. So Uppington does have some hills, I think. What about Katu or something like that? That also has some hills here. I kind of like that better. What about, like, crops? We don't see any crops here. I low-key like this guess better. It's risky, because if it is Uppington, he's going to do a significant amount of damage to us. But I'm going to try here. Oh, that's so far away in North Cape. That's almost that. Oh, that's almost game. Thank goodness he didn't 5k. If he 5k'd, it would have been over. Did not even... For some reason, Northern Cape, I just thought it was north. It was all the way south in Northern Cape. Okay. Marseille here. It's going to be Spain, and is it North or South Spain? What a saying. Middle, I think, actually. Middle South is my vibe here. I'm just going to go for that. Didn't really line up mountains, but I think it's a good enough guess that we should be okay, unless he gets something cracked here. But it's definitely Spain. He'll know it's Spain. The signage is unique enough. Right-click is too flat for these mountains. I don't know, maybe it's a hedge, though. It's a hedge as well. And it is further north there. Always was possible, yeah. And so that's just the advantage of clicking middle there, and we get the win. Definitely was a tight one, so GG's to him. Really impressively played, and we did gain ELO for this video. 3 out of 4 wins instead of 3 out of 4 losses is, of course, nice. And we end up, well, we were at 350 roughly, and now we're 309, so that's at least something nice. So guys, thank you very much for watching the video all the way to the end. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in a video very soon. Go check out my second channel as well, linked in the description. I've been uploading there almost daily, so check that out too, and goodbye.